Hello, world. It's I'm David from Greenman Gaming Publishing, and I'm here with the Black Death developers. Say hello, chums.
Hello, chums. Hello, chums. Yeah.
And we are looking at the 0.11 update, originally called Providence.
Providence. Yeah.
And it's got a whole bunch of brand spanking and new stuff.
Yeah. So
Stone I'm going to pick up. Or James is going to pick up, I should say. He's actually playing the game. We're running on the beta version of the game, so this is a little bit unstable, so apologies if you see things like that frame rate drop right there. We'll ignore that. But there's a few of these effects are in the live version of the game right now, is that correct?
That's right, yeah. So yeah, I mean, we call it Providence Update because there's a lot of new content that, you know, in terms of you can obtain in the game that you can provide yourself for a safe future, and one of the biggest ones of that is the ability to tame animals, and that's from the domestic type animals. So that's like cows, chickens, sheep, and obviously, you know,
all ones that provide kind of resources that you can imagine. So this chicken will provide eggs, this cow will provide milk.
That's right, and it fits. I like to think it fits quite well into a resource system as well, because the animal feed works a little bit like a tool. Like a wood axe works with wood. You get the animal feed out, and you equip it, and then you go up to the animal, use it on the animal. You follow you around. You know, you can try and trap them in the barn if you want.
Yeah.
Eventually, the animal will get bored of you if you run out of animal feed. But
these animals are so picky.
Yeah. And you can access their resources in return. But animal feed can be accessed through the farmer skill tree within the peasant.
Okay, so over on the left here we've got this new skill tree called the farmer, and so the second. So what's the top one there?
Top one is a sickle, so you get the wheat.
Okay,
and
you can use that to
kind
of make
get the
feed.
wheat seeds, and then you can use that to make the feed. So there's a little bit of a.
You can see at the top every kind of column has kind of what you're going to be by the end of it. So like a master farmer following the farmer. So if you, depending on what you want to play, you can kind of go down each of these.
So if you want to be more like a cook, you can go down that route. You can sort of min-max your skills that way.
Yeah, and that's a title, right? So that's something you can actually like assign to yourself, and people see you within the world saying, "Oh, he's a massive farmer.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got all the animals, he's got all the wheat. I'm going to trade with him, that kind of stuff." Yeah, it's the gameplay style that you want to play. You know, really facilitate for that. So we just need some wood now, I believe, and then we can start making our animal feed and show you the new taming stuff.
Lovely.
We've got nice UI events as well. We can actually, you can see quite early on what it takes to acquire. So for instance, that chicken down there, you can actually look at him and he'll say like, "Oh, he's untamed. He doesn't belong to nobody."
Wild chicken.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, we'll see. He can be our little chicken in a minute. And you know, the items obviously change per animal, so and quality wise as well. So we've got like lame pigs, we've got like new pigs that are like a bit filthy, a bit disgusting.
Yeah.
You can get dirty pig milk from it, you know.
Pig milk.
Yeah, this is medieval ages, man. You get milk from
you got milk out of anything you can.
Yeah, like sheep's milk. Like apparently that's the main source for feta cheese, which I didn't know until I started looking into this sort of stuff. So, but yeah, sheep can give you wool and milk. Chickens can give you eggs and feathers. And cows can, the best milk possible. So we're gonna head into this new forest as well. We've got a new forest here.
Ooh.
So it's something that we've always been talking to the community about. They're like, "Oh, you know, the forests don't feel quite forestery enough."
Yeah.
So yeah, gone ahead and made like nice big canopies, put deers in there, more animals. There's loads more animal population.
You made it denser as well, so it actually feels like you're walking around some good nature reserve.
We're getting resources from outside of town, so they're not the best resources that you see here. It's something we mentioned in the previous update. The further out you go, the dangerous it is, but the better the resources.
The better chance you're going to get better loot.
Exactly. But yeah, this is one of the forest areas out here.
That's nice and dense, isn't it?
Yeah. The draw distance is a lot better now as well, so you can see trees for like a good kilometre away over there.
Yeah, we realised the forest weren't really foresty, but this kind of is a bit more. You know, back in those days, there would have been loads of forests.
Oh, these
as well as
a pack of
3 wolves.
Right.
I got some wood, so we got wood.
Yeah. You can keep your trees, wolves. Yeah, the NPCs have been worked on as well, so hopefully the guards will protect us from those wolves.
Yeah,
or vice versa, the wolves will wreck the guards for us. Depends what your motive is.
So it's like, well, the wolves run the city. We are beholden to them. So earlier on, you were talking to some guards, and I noticed there was like some slightly advanced, more text features.
Yeah. So there's been a bit of an overhaul. We got the new audio stuff, so they have greetings and they have like chatter. New chat trees as well, so like some NPCs will give you the odd you know, educate you in the world as well.
If you run into a tavern, you're going to get some tedious, boring story telling you about his farming life.
Yeah, but at the same time, he might lead you to know that maybe where gold is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We put a lot more stuff into the game recently, and we wanted to explain to the players where stuff is in a kind of like way that fits the world.
Yeah, not like a forced tutorial. It's like a, you know, if you go looking for the data. So this is one of the new guys as well. He's a baker. You know, the player can become one of these. Like a baker is a skill tree within the peasants and within the merchants. So these stuff you can like learn to make and become yourself. You can outprice this guy if you want. You know,
just take his market.
My quiches are better than yours.
I've got kids to feed. You're outpricing me.
So yeah, there's some of the new items. Items here, like raspberry
nasty
pie.
quiche.
That quiche is nasty.
Expensive nasty quiche.
It also shows the price modifying, which is also a new feature we have. So shops have different prices.
So I bought the quiche.
Oh, he's giving it a good rate.
Yeah.
The quiche is worth 39 across the board.
Okay.
For some reason that picture's changed to raspberry picture. I'll fix that. But yeah, so he gives good rates basically.
Quiche looked different back then.
Yeah, but if you went out into the sticks and stuff like that, you know, that quiche might fetch for a pretty price because they haven't seen it maybe.
Yeah.
You know, like an old peasant in the sticks.
What is this exotic food you've brought me from the big city?
Yeah.
Has the monk been changed as well?
Possibly. We'll check him, see what he's got. And we're obviously trying to blend in the NPCs a bit better, so they kind of like, you know, they stand like monks and stuff like that, and say monkey things.
Say monkey. Doing what
monk-like things. Yeah. And obviously there's more items available now as well. We've noticed like a lot of people like sometimes want to shortcut some of the crafting and willing to pay more, so we're willing to sell that stuff. So we have the animal feed ready. I think we're good to go, aren't we?
Wheat seeds.
Wheat seeds. Let's go to that farmer merchant there. Let's hope he's got wheats for sale. Obviously it's procedural as well, like what they have in stock. Yeah, at the bottom there. Oh, he's selling it. Oh, that's a high price though. But we'll go ahead and pay it.
Goods for sale. You got to get that animal food.
For sale.
And he knows you'll pay it.
Yeah, he knows. He sees your peasant like, oh, okay, I know what you're after.
For you, a special price.
You're getting taken for a ride here.
Yeah. Basic wood. Bottom one, basic seed. Okay, so they're both basic ingredients, so our crafting success isn't high, so fingers crossed.
So hopefully we'll get some.
Come on.
Oh,
that's good. How much was wheat seeds? 13 gold.
Yeah, he's
that's a day's work, just gone.
What a con,
Just because we can't build a bucket.
Hail, friend!
Let's see what this guy's got. He hasn't got any.
You like the seeds, guy?
We've got the best prices around.
We might have to go away and come back. Do something else and come back.
Goods for sale.
That's typical. I mean, there's a wheat seed. I think there's a seed farmer in Dunstead, which is a place we can show. So we can show the butter churner tree. So the peasant has the new skills on the right. The craftsman tree. So you can actually, the new things you can build is when you click on the first one.
Okay,
so you can actually build.
You can be a beekeeper, get them to generate honey that way, which is, I guess, a relative rarity and quite a good preserve in that sort of time.
Yeah. And essentially, like, you have to go around harvesting honey within the world. You get a rare chance of accessing bees.
Okay.
Take those bees, build your own hive with it, and then you can, get as much honey as you want. And obviously after that you start learning how to build a churner. Obviously if you're farming, if you're doing husbandry, you've got cows, you can access the milk, turn it into butter, it's got higher value, people are using it to make their pies, you become the butter guy,
The butter guy.
and yeah, we've got some carpenter skill after that, and learn how to build a stool so you can have a little rest.
Sit down, everyone needs a good sit down, nice cup of tea.
But yeah, we could head to the Dunstead, which has had a revamp anyway. It's not really too far.
Give him one more chance.
Let's see if he's selling it now.
Hail, fellow! Goods for sale! We've got the best prices around.
Oh, buy a chunk of stuff off him and then you can come back just in case.
Goods for sale! We've got
show
the
good
best
faith,
prices
we'll
around.
show a good
Goods
customer
for
and he might
sale!
stock wheats when we come back.
Goods for sale! We've got the best prices around.
Like, wheat seeds seem expensive, but that will come back
We've
and
got the best
grow
prices around.
in terms of money. You plant those ginger plants,
And every time you harvest a plant, there's a chance to get more seeds as well, isn't it?
exactly.
Okay.
So it's a circle of life.
Circle of peasants. Peasantry life.
So
we're going Dunstead.
yeah, we're headed Dunstead. So another thing we've got in this update as well is also digging.
Okay.
The peasant can't make the shovel, but like the blacksmith, you can buy them in shops, but the blacksmith and merchant can make an iron shovel, and basically you can access these procedurally spawned graves. Essentially grave digging.
Yeah.
Anything that's really messed up and dark we'll put in the game because it fits medieval life perfectly. And
you're going to be stealing gold teeth and...
yeah, exactly. And it's randomized the loot, and you know it doesn't tell you, it's all of a question mark of what you're going to get. So and your shovel can break, so I like the gamble, like you know my shovel's getting weaker, and then so I'll see what I can get out of here. Go on, deer, jog on.
The beautiful deer.
Beautiful, majestic deer running into that.
Yeah.
He's
running off a mountain.
He's had too much sugar, I think.
Yeah. Guy.
I think we need to eat that pie. Actually, I think are you hungry?
I saw that.
Eat that quiche. That's some high quality food. We're not going to need food for a little while now. Yeah, we've also got.
Have you added more stalls across this bridge here?
Possibly. Yeah. I think we might have added maybe a couple more. The NPCs down there. Hopefully you can hear the new audio as we run past.
These are dark times.
Good day to you.
Yeah.
Don't cut me, sir.
Yeah, we've got a few new layers of things to guys. So the AI will random animate. So like the guy who's itching his nose, they will say different lines. They'll chat to you when you say hello, and they'll do an animation. Still haven't finished the animation side of that. So the guards do the merchant thing at the moment. It's a little bit funny, but that should be fixed before we properly launch it. They should be turning their heads, but it's for some reason it's not working in the build. It's working in the editor, but not the build. But we're working towards that.
Hey, is it?
Yeah. Started looking at new stuff.
Hashtag dev life.
Yeah. Let's go in this field here. Scale that. There you go. Head up that way. Yeah, so the general animal population has increased to help with the animal taming.
Just walking around now, there's so many like wolves and deer, and there's just a whole lot more stuff than there used to be.
And we're still working on having like tiers of those animals as well. Like Sid mentioned, about the lame pig.
Yeah.
You get the awful milk from. You'll eventually have like really. Oh, so there's a new resource that we have.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to like have a lot bigger range of like natural resources in the game. It's just not all food.
Yeah.
So obviously, like the game you'll lose its challenge if you're just getting overfed all the time.
Yeah.
So we're trying to give the player more things to craft. Like celandine is one of the main ingredients for herbs.
Right. Okay.
Which is then what the monks use to stuff their plague masks in with, which is also a new item in the game. So yeah, you can craft plague masks that give a little armor value and protect you a tiny bit from the plague itself.
The monk is always they've been that class that is more preventative against the Black Death.
Yeah, exactly.
And illnesses and things like that.
Yeah.
So they would craft that plague mask will help if you really want to try and survive. And that's a quite a good way of doing that.
Yeah, there's lots of nice rich history of like the monks were like almost the medics and the plague doctors of the time, because obviously they had a lot to do with death, and a lot of people wanted to use monks as an escapism for that kind of thing. Obviously the plague mask did absolutely nothing for you back in the day, but that's not very fun gameplay wise, so we've given it a little bit of a benefit.
This was an era where medical people were just figuring stuff out.
Yeah. I think rubbing pee on you was saving you.
Yeah, just cut it off or chuck some leeches on it, and you'll be right as rain.
So yeah, this area's been in the in the game before. It's named Dunstead, but the whole area is new.
Yes, yeah, this is.
Oh, coriander. Here you go.
What a wonderful herb.
Yeah. Oh, like a bit of coriander. One of the things that can be turned into is coriander milk, which is one of the main cures for might be migraines or something like that. One of the sicknesses you can get. Oh, so this is Dunstead Villager. So there's some of the chat trees we have. He's got a good. He's a peasant guy, right? He's selling stuff for cheap. I'll take that cabbage.
Yeah, take the cabbages and get some coin.
Yeah,
okay,
you get a little
so bit. So here we can find out a little bit more about this town and see what happens here. And yeah, we can ask some specific stuff that he's got to sell.
Yeah, I've seen the houses are. Yeah, we might buy a house here actually. It's quite a nice place. Hopefully we got a peasant merchant around here selling wheat seeds as well. Hopefully for not extortionate prices like the last guy. There's a lame pig over there.
They do like hanging these hanging people right in the middle here.
Guard traitors, yeah. So this is like a low tier pig, a filthy jammy
pig.
bugger that. Go here. peasant left there, hopefully. Got a peasant merchant around here, fingers crossed. That was a blacksmith there.
Stop by
You
and
might be
see
selling a
my
shovel, actually.
wares. Would you like to see my wares?
So
I've got a sickle, wood axe. No shovel, sadly.
we might buy that sickle actually, just in case we walk past some wheat and we get some wheat seeds.
Let's do it. Let's buy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, cool.
As a peasant, we have a higher weight than a lot of the other classes, so we can carry a lot of stuff.
Good
Goodbye.
person to have around when you just need that.
Yeah.
Need to carry a whole bunch of materials. Don't touch me, peasant.
Bill Horn, rude guy he is.
Yeah, what a jerk.
Screw you, Bill.
I've got the best prices around.
Just emptied that well out.
Thirsty guys. So we get a house.
Yeah, let's buy a house here. So yeah, in case you haven't seen the house system before, it's really simple. You just access the deed in the front. It gives you usually a fair price for the size of the place. Utilities that you
Take a
build.
look around here. Who would live in a house like this?
Yeah.
It's like me. This is a me place. I think I don't like roofs much. So
This guy looks
oh, he's a big. 3,000.
What a con.
5.
We're packing dollar.
Packing gold.
Yeah, this is a large place. Obviously, when you build furniture, it usually can only be accessed and placed within a house. So those butter churners and those kind of fireplaces and all that.
Yeah.
So you need a decent sized
You need a
place
good
to
house
get
to
all
fit
that stuff in there.
Yeah, exactly. It's worth it in the end. It's ours now. Owned by us. Means we can lock the door. We can keep our stuff safe. Shut that out. Me and my new house. Yeah, so this is a nice progression here.
How much do you reckon this would cost in London?
I think inflation. I think it's about the same.
Yeah, it's at 3 million, I think.
Yeah, it's all nice and locked now. So locked that way, so we can't get out. I can't see the peasant farmer in here. Which is really. I think he might have been killed, or which is sad. The players
he got
can.
caught selling some dodgy stuff. It's actually his house you just purchased.
Yeah, some people don't want to pay for things, so if you
No.
kill the merchant, you can get the loot. It's a sad life of crime, but it's all possible in the Black Death.
He's having a little patrol.
Yeah, protecting up front. I think there might be some bandits around here. Might be careful.
Find some stuff.
Plant some seeds. I'll grow some ginger. That stuff's great.
How much would ginger fetch? Because I imagine it's quite a rarity.
Oh yeah, it's a bit rare one. Yeah, I think it's a good 10 gold, something like that.
Oh,
And the seeds are themselves are worth quite a bit. I'll grow some strawberries. Obviously, yeah, the quality also affects the price.
Is it strawberries?
I think you planted them already.
Oh, I think you planted them. Yeah.
Sugarcane seed.
Sugar cane.
Stuff is blooming.
I like it. We just started like developing a farm outside someone else's house.
Yeah. They come back and be like, oh,
I've got all this food.
I'm so hungry. Oh, brilliant.
Alright, just as said.
Coriander.
Could try and see if that farmer's got a back in town. We could go via Govern's Head. We can show the grave stuff. If you head right, yeah, you go towards that way. So we're heading to go try and see if we can find these grave sites. I mean, again, the procedure spawns, so we can't absolutely guarantee they're going to be there, but.
But these are the things you can essentially grave rob and take more.
We're not giving you a bounty for it. Like a lot of things, if you steal in the game, you get a bounty on your head. But
so yeah, you got to have someone hanging around a grave graveside for quite some time just to see if there's going to be any grave robbers.
Yeah.
But
yeah, again, this is more forestry work that we've had done in the game. Trying to stop those just boring fields of nothing.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of foliage here.
Yeah, it helps the AI jumping you as well, which is always good. You know,
Yeah.
those wolves coming from a bush.
Yeah, good, perfect place to bandits to hide out.
Yes.
If you and a selection of people want to, just go around the woods, just jumping people left and right, that's it. Perfect place to hide.
Oh, so that's a survival activity, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
We love that sort of technique. Oh, what's that one right there? I think is that strawberry and is it more coriander? Oh, yeah, such a high price. Try and keep an eye out for any wheat plants there on the go as well. Oh, this is bandit country. No bandits around.
Ah,
Oh!
hello.
Requires item shovel, so there you go, that's the one
So you
thing.
can dig that up. And...
You dig that up and...
hello.
Oh,
This
yeah.
guy.
No loot comes easy nowadays. I was going to dig that.
That was his chum. He's just literally buried his mate.
Did look fresh.
You
Fresh
just turn
soil.
up there with your shovel.
Yeah, we'll head back to town and see if that wheat trader's got somebody who contains some animals. Yeah, as mentioned, it's extremely simple. Works a lot like other resources. You can literally tame them. They follow you. You can access their inventory. They do get tired. You can't just keep pulling a million eggs out of a chicken in a short period of time.
No.
They have their own little durability.
But if you buy a farm, if you kind of raise enough money to buy a farm, you could probably keep them there and then just like
We have barns in the game. Yeah.
For want of a better phrase, milk that resource
Oh.
for quite some time.
I'm looking forward to somebody who gathers every single cow in the world and brings them into one barn.
They've got a monopoly on every cow. You join that server. You're like, there's no cows anywhere. I can't do it. And there's just one guy who's got them all.
We've discussed if we want that Minecraft feature. You know, if the cows rub it against each other, does it produce another one? But yeah, I don't know if it's going to get out of control, but I'd love to make the cows get on with each other and see what happens. But for now, you can just keep them all bundled in a barn and access them for as long as you like.
You can sell them for a very high price. Like, people get in chat. It's like, I want to buy a cow. It's like 3,000 gold to be yours.
Well, I know where the cows are. Yeah.
Talk about how the resources are spread, the new stuff.
So yeah, we did. So while we're at EGX, got lots of good feedback from people coming by and playing the game. A lot of people who go off road just feel like there's nothing around in terms of variety. That's just the berry bush or stick bush. So as you saw there, we've got lots more variety, loads more resources. I think it goes up to like thousands now more.
And then that kind of just increases the amount of different crafting things you've got. So if you just look at if you just open up the crafting menu here, we've just all this different stuff you can build now. And even this. I think previously you didn't even see this stuff that you could unlock via the skill tree. So now you can see just a sheer amount of stuff you can make now if you unlock it. And I guess for other characters as well, it can be completely different.
I
so
mean,
you have blacksmiths and merchants and that.
Exactly. He's not even a crafting profession.
But
per se.
even then, you've still got like plenty of stuff to build and craft.
We've been trying to make more crafting components to make the crafting more interesting. So it's not just a stick and a stone to make something. So, for example, something like wicker.
Wicker it comes from the stalk of wheat, and then you weave the wheat into wicker, and then that turns into a beehive.
Adds more depth to the crafting, which is something I think it was lacking before we noticed when people were playing.
And so they're in a process right now, as well as like the swords you make the parts of. So you build the hilt, then you build the blade, and those things can be put together.
Makes it a bit more tense as well, because if you have a really good blade but you've got a crappy hilt, and you're like, it brings your crafting percentage down to like 10%. You're like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this?
Yeah. But it kind of goes back because during this time, people, if they had to kill an animal, they would try and use every part of that animal. So, like, the hide of something could be used for many different things. So you could create like bedding for that, or a jacket, or armor, and just kind of opening that up and to craft a whole bunch of different stuff. It means you can use that resource for a whole different, and can increase the value of that as well.
Goods for sale. We've got the best price there.
Come on, farmer.
We've got the best prices around.
Yes.
Goods for sale.
One more chance.
We're gonna fail to craft it.
Goods for sale. Fare thee well.
Yeah, let's try it. So we've got the wood. It's not awful wood, is it? I've got basic wood. All right.
We've got the best prices around.
Fingers crossed, guys. 46%.
Come on.
We've got
Come
the
on.
best prices around.
Yes.
Okay, got some crude animal feed. Let's go and tame an animal. Which animal should we try and tame first? I think there's some chickens out front.
Oh, you know what? There's a beautiful cow.
A
Dairy cow. Yeah. He's just round the corner. He's got some. Oh, maybe chickens. Chickens are pretty. They're cute.
Yeah.
Chickens are cute.
You thought about including like unique animals? Like just a one-off cow.
A one-off cow.
One-off cow. Like it's actually you go up close to it. It's just called Daisy, and you see like you found this mythical cow.
Have that, the rabbit from Monty Python.
The one that can attack, yeah.
Exotic animals.
So if we put that bucket in our hand and press 2, and get to work.
Can't wait.
Oops.
There you go.
Filthy peasant.
Buddy.
Can't
Hey,
wait.
buddy.
So as soon as we tame this chicken, he'll love us forever.
Animals been tamed.
Well,
right.
for a very short period of time, actually, it's only small animal feed. But
Get some eggs.
yeah, you can access him now. Like, oh, gather eggs, tame chicken. Got basic feather is a bonus item as well. But now you can't spam that. The chicken, he's exhausted. Come on, give me a break, mate.
You get one a day, all right.
Hopefully, as we walk away, he'll follow us, and that's how we can get him trapped into a barn. For some reason, he doesn't want to. Come on, mate. Oh, he's being really annoying. He's a tough customer. Hopefully, he's refreshed his. There you go.
There we go.
Another feather.
Another feathers.
Yeah, again, it's randomised the quality and the. Like that's a chicken. There's a common chicken that's around town. Eventually, we'll have a range of full animals. We have like a big old fat chicken. Is the best kind of stuff.
Plump for Christmas.
Yeah.
Plump for Christmas chicken.
Yeah.
Basic egg, nice. We're already on our way. We're already on the ladder of making money. So eat that egg raw.
Rawr.
Get that Rocky on.
Yeah.
We died the next day. So yeah, if I was a peasant, I would be planting the crops here, trying to gather as many animals as possible, getting their stuff.
Get them locked in here somewhere.
Get locked in, yeah. Like we're talking about putting gates on a lot of stuff as well, so I can't actually escape. I think so you can put them in places.
I know these animals are pretty tricky. I think they could just unlock them.
Those gates will hopefully be tied to your deed, so you can lock and unlock
okay,
so stop those criminals, those bandits.
Okay, so we're getting the eggs here, and we can.
But yeah, that's the first tier of animal feed, so it will only last around about I think it's a couple of minutes.
Yeah, now that chicken wants nothing to do with you.
Yeah,
he's done.
Yeah.
And eventually we have multiple. We have large feeds and stuff like that. So like big cows will hang around you for longer and stuff like that.
Not permitted.
Good crafting there.
Yeah, different professions are better at crafting. So me being a peasant.
Yeah, you can
have a bit more
crafting.
Yeah, if you get a monk to craft your bandages, you're quite.
Yeah, you're going to have such a high level, the high chance of getting of making that.
Jungle here.
Let's plant some berries here.
And like we had problems getting the wheat seeds, but if you're being smart, you would you get wheat seeds, you plant those, you'd harvest them, you gather more wheat, and then you'd be able to make a lot of stuff a lot easier.
Yeah, you've essentially got that sort of like if you get a couple of wheat seeds, you've got a chance of getting those seeds back when you harvest that, so you can.
You would say that's Providence.
Boom!
That's just the name of the update.
Just tying that back in there nicely. Always on brand.
Yeah, we're just trying to do things very quick, using gold.
Yeah.
Using gold to get stuff done.
Nice.
Lovely. Cool. Anything else to this update, or is
generally the NPCs, like you've seen only a couple there, but the Dunstan villager, we're constantly trying to add more
kind of
per location
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And speaking of lore, the chance of getting your stories in the game if you're a member of the community. There's another community book in the game. Is that correct?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So we've a Heretic Volume 1.
Oh, lovely.
I can't quite remember the creator, but he'll know from the name.
Yeah. So we're trying to do one per update at least, and we've got a bunch that people have submitted, so we're just kind of picking one at random. But we're welcome to more and more books if you want to get your stuff in the game.
If you enjoy the game, want to add, and accessing those lore is getting the whole the books in game is randomized.
Yeah. So
if you come from a bandit or from a barrel or lying on the floor.
Maybe we should do a bookseller.
Yeah, that'd be really cool actually. Oh, that'd be really good. Actually, I'm going to do that. We'll do it right now. A scribe.
He's going to get smashed though all the time. I am but a poor bookseller.
But yeah, it's just some new features of Providence.
Excellent.
0.11.
This is out now. Brand spanking new, and of course more stuff to come in later updates. And awesome new stuff. If you want to get your stories in the game, go on the community and you'll find out all the information there. And come and say hello. Just like this guy.